Hello, this is session 1 of Rhapsody of Blood, Creeping Darkness, game using Gauntlet Hangouts, the platform. And today we will be playing with the founders, hopefully getting the Bloodlines and Explorer creation out of the way. And then I think next session will be the actual exploration of the castle. But the founders part is basically a tutorial level, so you'll be learning all the mechanics this session. uh, the quick cats concept aim don't so yet matter. Concept, it's Castlevania. uh, aim, I, the aim will be twofold. One, we will play the game, which if through one generation other than the founder generation, we will go through one generation hopefully, and then the second aim thing is to playtest the shit I wrote for the game that hopefully will maybe be published later. Tone, it should be dark-ish. The explorers aren't super hardy, but they're also not weak either. We can like they're to explain the only experience track. The only experience track is contamination, which is kind of like corruption in Urban Shadows. So as you gain experience, you will or experience contamination, you will fall into darkness of the castle and probably succumb to it if you aren't careful, or you might die. So it's dark, but but it's not too dark because Castlevania, and also we have a giant albino raven at some point. Um, so I'm thinking it might also get a bit gonzo. Subject matter, I'm not sure what if anything that might come up. So we can talk about lines and veils. X card is in play, so just do X, type X, or say X, and we will remove the X content out. I might ask what the thing is that needs to be X'd out, but I will not ask why. So, any lines and veils we need to establish? I don't particularly have any. I'm flexible with whatever. But anyone want to establish lines and veils?
Yeah, I have two. One is sexual assault, and then the other one is violence against children.
And those are lines, right?
Yes, lines.
All right, cool. I think those are the main ones that everyone has. So
yeah, and I think
violence against animals might be tricky because we have a mascot player.
So, yeah, I think that violence against my character is totally fine. And I think that we're all in favor of that. I think any other general kinds of things with any of these sorts of gothic settings, there's always stuff that can surprise somebody that they didn't realize how squirmy they were about spiders, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's
the card. So, Jason or Eduardo, any of you have any lines or veils other than the ones established?
That covers mine.
All right, cool. Let's start introducing characters then. And I need to open the PDF so I know what the region looks like. All right, so let's start with Willem, which is Jason's character. Tell us a bit more about Willem, I guess.
Get over the right window, unmute. There we go. Willem is, you're looking for looks here, right? Well, he's half human and half beast, which means he's a sort of a hairy dude. Some creepy looking claws at the end of his fingers, but he's also, got kind of an awkward smile. He really wants you to like him. He feels really awkward about being a tainted abomination.
Let's go to Marley next. Eduardo, tell us about Marley.
There we go. Yeah, so Marley is, I guess, a mastermind. He's thin and spindly. He's a man of wealth and science. I'm imagining something like a country gentleman with some wealth behind him. I think he's sort of puts off this air of being much older than he actually is.
Vince, tell us about Usher.
Okay, Usher is a feral child.
Cool.
Yeah. He has very bird-like movements. He glances around quickly and has sharp movements with his head, and wears a black cloak, which he wears down, that conceals the spear that he carries with him. There's a little bit of a nervous nature to him.
Right. And finally, Agatha, tell us about Iris.
Iris is the escapist. She has a sly smile and shady eyes, and I think the way that she usually looks is that maybe she wears a veil, so you can like kind of see through it. So you think that she's smirking? Maybe she is. Her eyes are very sketchy. A weapon is thrown tarot cards, which are ranged and grazing, and I'm sure that's going to do a ton of damage, as tarot cards are wont to do. And what else? Was there anything else I should mention, or?
Yeah, no, that's it for now. We are now gonna do pacts then. Now that we've established the founders, we are pacts don't come into play until we establish bloodlines, but it's good to know who is what the initial bonds, so to speak, are between the characters. So Willem, one of the other founders is helping you keep control. Give their bloodline 2 pact on you. You say how they're keeping you sane, they say what will happen if they stop.
Does anybody want to volunteer before I would just pick somebody? No?
Yeah, I could do it, or whatever.
Sure.
Iris.
So I'm describing what it is that you're doing to help me keep control, and then give your bloodline 2 pact on me. How are you keeping me sane, and what will happen if you stop? Well, Iris. That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. Let's see. Tarot cards, huh? Iris has actually glimpsed my dark future and seen the absolute horror that could befall me if I don't stay in control, and kind of helps remind me of this when I start to feel myself slipping. So it's sort of like a scared straight kind of deal there. But also, Iris expresses, I believe in you, and that, you probably won't turn into a murderous beast and kill us all. So that really means a lot to me. If Iris.
Oh, and then they say, so Iris says what will happen if they stop.
Absolutely. Thank you. Iris, what would happen if you were to stop keeping me sane?
What kind of half beast are you? Like,
well, half human, half beast. So, kind of like Beauty and the Beast style beast, but the beast one, not the beauty one, but only if the beast were kind of scraggly and scrawny and awkward and pathetic, but still with pretty sharp teeth and claws, and creepy.
So yes. Scar from the Lion King.
Scar is my favorite. But so what would happen is, the vision that I saw was of you going crazy and tearing just a bunch of people apart on this busy road in the middle of the day, and then when someone, I don't know, maybe some kind of law enforcement, I don't know, someone like people are trying to stop you, then you like tear yourself apart as well.
Yeah.
So every time you're like not keeping it under control, maybe I just like pat you on the back and I'm like, busy street.
Yep. That busy street indeed. Man's got to eat, but not himself if he can help it.
Marley, one of the other founders helped you find out wondrous treasure. Give their bloodline 2 pact on you. They say what form the treasure took. You say how it's liable to taint by its owner. Sorry. So.
See, does anyone want to volunteer, or just looking at your histories here, see if there's some way?
I feel I could volunteer for that.
Okay. So I believe you tell me what the treasure is.
Just take a quick glance at. Just want to get a sense of what kind of thing. I think it is. I'm picturing a heart of a magical creature, and yeah, I think it was something that attacked us. That we as a group we were able to kill this creature. Let's make it a rock. And we were going to move on, and I ended up making us pause so that we could harvest it. And I gave this to you, telling of the power of its spirit that you could possess were you to consume it, but warned you not to.
So, Marley, you say how it's liable to taint its owner.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, is it is it too much of a reach that this could turn its possessor into a tainted?
That doesn't. Yeah, sure.
Okay, excellent. Okay.
All right, cool. Sure. One of the other founders took part in one of your rituals of communion with nature. Give their bloodline 2 pact on you. You say what the ritual was for. They say what was strange about it.
Any volunteers for that?
I guess is it a natural fit if we tie that into my pact?
Yeah. So yeah, I think I have.
So let's see. You are the archdruid.
Yes, and I think I have a ritual that allows one to see through the eyes of another living creature, and assuming that this is part of our delve into the castle, perhaps it was a ritual specifically to take the eyes of a rat.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess perhaps what was strange about it is that perhaps the longer you stay in that form or in that body, the more comfortable, the more sort of inviting it is. What do you think?
I like that. I think that plays toward where I'm going with this bloodline anyway.
Cool.
And last but not least, Iris, one of the other founders, helped you escape from a terrible fate. Give their bloodline 2 pact on you. You say what would have happened if they weren't there. They say how they arrived there.
So I think the only one that's left that doesn't have one is Willem. And yeah, I could see that making sense.
Right.
What happened is that I was called to tell the future for a ruling monarch. Let's say it was a king. And I told them their fate. they were less than pleased with how they're going to end up. It was, I mean, to be fair, it was like a pretty grotesque end, but it's not my fault. The cards have spoken. The cards that are also my weapons. And they were going to, well, he was going to have me executed.
Because totally don't kill the messenger, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could curse him, but whatever. It's fine because that didn't happen. Yeah. So if Willem wasn't there, I would have been dead.
And Willem, how did you arrive there?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was being brought in to be executed too, but that is the kind of thing that, makes an animal skittish. And I was feeling a little, animalistic that day. And let's just say some people got bitten, and I don't need to elaborate, but, it was a great time. We got out. We're fine now.
Oh, nice. So you created the distraction because you were cornered, and then I just happened to get out.
It was a bonding experience, really.
It really was. Yep.
All right. I need a quick 5-minute break to check the air conditioning and actually pick the stuff for the regent, and we'll be starting soon.
So has any of y'all played this game before?
I have not.
I have not either.
Yeah. I did read it, but I've not played it before.
Yeah, I read the rules part. I've played a couple Castlevania games and a lot of Bloodborne, so that's got to count for something, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of Castlevania before joining. Does that count for anything?
Absolutely.
That counts.
Yeah.
The rules, like, where do I find that? I have no idea how this game works.
On the handout and reference sheet,
Yeah.
if you get down to page 16, there are all the basic moves.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, you forgot about the basic. How to get the basic moves. Hold up. I still need to pick some things for the region, so I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, so like on its surface, iron, glass, sulfur, mercury, blood don't really mean anything, but they let you do stuff. And I think in the full rule book, like they kind of go into why each of those elements was chosen and like what it represents.
Yeah.
I don't remember it too clearly.
It's kind of vague, but it's like it's like kind of like how in Apocalypse World, why were those names chosen for each one of them, or any PBTA for that matter. But this one might be a bit more weird because they're like alchemical components. So.
Yeah.
Well, iron is the move for combat, basically, and iron is used in weaponry. Glass is about being clear-eyed and searching around you, and clear-minded. Sulfur, also known as brimstone, tends to be associated with demons. And mercury
is Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And it seems often to be about being fluid in how you deal with the situation, whether it means dodging or finding a safe opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I guess that's where the Bloodborne influence comes from? Question mark.
And then in addition to those moves, I mean, I guess we'll get to this later, there are bloodline moves, which are tied to
the actually the suits of the tarot.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get to that later. I will pick the
So when do the covenants come into play? Is that
That's when you
also
create. That's when you create explorers.
when you got the explorers? Got it.
Is there a place we should be recording these 2 pacts that were thrown around?
I already recorded them from you, or for you.
And I've dropped it into mine, just like right next to where it says "Pact the Way of the Green." I just added a parentheses too with Marley.
Yeah, I put them on the Bloodline tab already.
Oh, okay.
So you didn't even
Got
need to
it.
do that.
Yes.
All right. All right. Guess what? You are at the door to the Regent's throne room. And never mind. Let me repeat that again. You are at the gates to the throne room of the regent in the castle. And surprise, surprise, it's the king that tried to murder Iris before. Because of course it is. So do you do anything before you go in? Like, do you want to talk about like have some banter before you go in and and fight the regent to save the world from the castle?
Yeah. I think that I want to lead us all in a brief prayer to nature and to the natural world, to guide our hands in ridding this abomination.
Yeah, I would say that Marley is just visibly agitated and just, out of sorts. Yes.
Guys, this is the worst idea ever.
What do the fates portend?
Well, they said we gonna die. But I guess don't let that stop you.
We've been living on borrowed time ever since we left this place anyway.
I don't want to say that I borrowed anything from good old Georgie. It's more like, taking things back. Power to the people, right? So did you still want to pray, man?
I have. I'm ready.
All right. So you enter the room. It is a large hall. The regent steps down from his throne. He is armored head to toe in full plate armor. Has a nasty looking sword with him, and sends out a bunch of what you think are skeletons towards you. Like they're armored as well, but they move like as if you like animated skeletons if you've seen them. So he is sending out his hordes to attack. Who is up front?
Well, I know that Marley is definitely not out front.
Okay,
He's,
so I'm guessing
cowering.
Willem, since
Willem
it
has
makes
the
sense.
highest iron here, so yeah, he's up front, and also looking like surprisingly disappointed, but like murmuring something to himself about like there's no meat on them.
All right, so let me also pull up the handouts. So there are a bunch of skeletons coming towards you. What do you do? And go to page 16 of the handout, and you will see confrontation moves in the center and exploration moves.
Oh, yeah.
In the case of the skeletons, you can face the horde, or you can also use confrontations or try to line it up to find a weak spot on the regent himself if you have any ranged attacks, or etc. etc. This is a tutorial level, so of course it is.
Yeah, I'll try and confront this foe head on and buy my friends some time here, so that they don't have to deal with quite as many skeletons. So that sounds like a.
I think you'd have to face the horde first, because the
Yeah, no,
skeletons are between you and
no, that's what I mean. Exactly.
So face the horde?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That is, well, either way it's iron, because confront is another move altogether.
Oh, okay. What am I looking at?
There's the exploration moves to the left, and face the horde is when you assault a group of castle denizens. Though I think you can.
Oh, see now.
I'll treat it as a confront. Don't worry about it.
I know. Whatever works for you. I was just confused because I wasn't actually looking at the handout. I was looking at the book on my iPad. So I was looking at a different page from what you were looking at.
Since you are in the middle of a confrontation with the regent.
But I'm happy to face a horde too. Either way, I'm rolling plus iron, so whatever works for you.
Either way, you're rolling plus iron, so you're right. So confront.
Shall I throw that into
roll for your party? If you can make your dice red, that would be great.
Can I make my dice red?
Yes, it's roll for your party.
I know. I'm not seeing the. There we go. Color. I had to make my window bigger. Terrific. 2d6 plus 1.
That's an 8.
It is an 8.
So on a 7 to 9, pick one.
And which move am I looking at again? I'm looking at face the horde. Oh, confront. All right.
Yeah, I will do confront for you in this case.
Sounds great. I'll be fearsome and commanding. The foe will focus only on me.
All right. So you will take. Let me look at the. You will take 3 harm from the hordes of skeletons slashing their swords. They are armed. They have swords and they have shields. You will take 3 harm. You can choose to you can choose to suffer a wound instead of taking harm, which would reduce the harm done by that amount. And keep in mind you only have 5 harm. So if you lose all your harm, you will fucking die. Or you might die. You might die because deadly wound is a thing.
So let me ask this. I have read the rules, but I'm a little foggy on some of the harm stuff.
Yes.
Is there a scenario in which I would not be able to take a wound later?
If you took the wound already.
Okay, so I could just take the 3 harm now and wait until later to see if I can want to take a wound.
Or you can take the wound now, which means you didn't get the harm. Like, for example, if you take the major wound now, it means you cannot take another major wound later, but you get the benefits of taking the wound. Because there are benefits that happen if you take a wound.
I see, right, that's right.
Benefits.
Then I shall take a major wound then, thank you.
Where are the... Yes, having that seat. You can then choose one from the harm moves.
Oh, I definitely want to frenzy and get fleeting advantage on my next attack.
All right, cool. So yeah, you're frenzying. You took 3 damage, and you might mark contamination as well because of your mind is not still. You chose to have the entire horde focus on you. So I think the first one who might take advantage of these opportunities, the mastermind Marley, because he has an eye for this kind of shit, for opportunities. So Marley, what do you do?
So when I see
the horde is completely focused on Willem. And there's an opening, which means you can actually strike at the regent now.
Yeah, so Marley creeps cautiously through the shadows and pauses every time he thinks he's been spotted until he can find an opportunity to get close enough to the region and use his dagger.
All right. That is striking with Mercury, so roll plus Mercury. I'm not. I would say make your dice any color that's or either blue or clear.
Okay.
So make sure that it's your bloodline because I want to be fancy.
Yes. So that's great. So that's a 10 plus a 2 is a 12.
Right. All right. So I will be.
And is this also confront?
No, this is strike. So
This is
you
strike.
you damage one of the opponent's qualities. So and on a 7 to 9, he doesn't pick one. So it strikes through. Your shot strikes through. He seems to lose control of the skeletons as they just collapse on the ground. And he starts swinging his he begins to swing his sword. Not immediately. He's not gonna swing it immediately. Like you're not gonna take damage immediately. I mean, but he's gonna swing his sword at you. What do you do? Or does anyone else want to help him beforehand?
Well, I'm waiting for an opportunity to help Willem.
All right. So, sniveling Marley. If no one wants to help you, then you're gonna have to do something about it.
Yeah, I can't because I don't have a. Like, don't you need to spend something to help or something?
Oh no, that's for helping or hindering, like in general. I would ask. I meant more like narratively helping and hindering, not the covenant helping or hindering.
Oh, I see. Well, I was just gonna try to find out what the weak point is of Georgie. But,
All right.
So I'm not helping, I guess.
So Marley, what do you do? There's this sword thing coming at you.
Can I essentially just sort of skulk, sneak, sort of dodge back into the shadows?
Sure. You roll plus Mercury.
Okay. Well, here we go.
All right. You can also re-roll the dice you selected. So.
Do you mind? Yeah, I was just going to say, do you mind if I hide some of those dice or clear them out?
All right.
Can you tell the difference?
Yeah, I know which ones were before.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Total 7.
7 total.
Plus 2.
So 9.
9.
So you choose one of the options. Avoid taking harm, avoid getting separated, or from the others or losing something valuable, or create an opening.
You know what? I'm going to, in a rare move, take one for the team and create an opening.
All right. So you're going to take 3 harm as the sword swings at you, and he's still focused on you as you were kind of hopping around, moving around him. So you do create an opening, but you're separated from the team, or separated in the sense that you're kind of in the middle of getting attacked by the regent. You're in close combat with him. The rest aren't.
Yeah, I imagine it's completely unintentional, but it looks very heroic.
All right. So,
Iris, do you want to take this one? I want to see to Willem.
Yeah, I've been observing all this time, and now that there's another opening, I am going straight for Georgie's forehead between his brows, because that part is not armored.
Yeah, keep in mind that I would trying to think how that would work, because your weapon has grazing, which means it's harder to. So I'm not sure how to roll this. Like,
yeah. This is just okay. So on a hit, I take a. It says on here on a hit, you damage one of the foe's qualities, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
maybe
but
we need to know
but
what
your
the
weapon has
qualities.
has the grazing.
yeah, how does that work?
The grazing means that it only does surface harm, not deep wounds.
Well, maybe this is what we need to ask Maria. What are the qualities that are still in place? Because maybe there's a way
Elegant
that
armor.
Sorry?
He's still armored, so armored is one of the qualities. So I don't think the cards will deal much damage right now, unfortunately.
Oh, actually, yeah. What if I were to hit some of the strings that like tie the armor together, ropes?
That could
whatever.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, like
that could
holding it.
justify also destroying his armor quality, so that makes sense. Go for it.
Right. Okay.
That would be with precise insight, so glass.
Cool.
And you have 2 glass, so yay. You can set your color to purple if you want.
I will.
Clear.
Don't you worry.
Ooh, good thing you have a +2. That's a 8.
Yes.
So the quality is now gone. So armored is gone. I pick 1. Right. All right. He's going as the armor clangs off of him, exposing his arm. Since you kind of hit him in the strings between the arm and the shoulder. He smacks Marley to the side. You don't take any harm, Marley, but he looks straight. He looks at all of you and is going to now. Let me look at. Is going to actually go up to right where Usher is, and then he's gonna bat the spear out of his hand, right out, and then he has his sword ready to like swing at him. Usher, what do you do?
I try. Probably not all that well, since Mercury is not my strong stat. I'm going to. Oh, you know what? What if I go ahead and take the hit and try to do a lined up and identify a weak spot in this?
All right. Keep in mind that yeah, you can line it up. You would take 4 damage if you decide to line it up.
Yeah, I think I just stand a slightly better chance at lining something up.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so take the 4 harm for staying there and line it up.
Yeah, I just get this quizzical look on my face as he. So is it I need 4 X's? Is that right?
Yeah. Or mark wounds. You can mark one of the major or minor.
I might do that instead. That's a lot of harm.
That is a lot of harm. Minor negates 1, major negates 3.
Okay. So I'll take a major and 1.
Yeah, and also you choose one after taking the major one. So Frenzy or Play Possum.
Wait, Frenzy or what was the other option?
Play Possum.
Play Possum. Wait.
Making foes focus on someone else.
Okay, yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing.
Right.
That seems potentially in character. Okay.
All right, so line it up.
And that's a 6.
And you use green dice. So, all right.
Take a hard move on me.
All right, so yeah, he's gonna swing. He swings at you, and then you fall, and
play dead.
and play dead. And he's not buying it, so he's gonna swing again.
Can I try to dodge this time?
you can try to dodge, or someone else can try to do something, intervene somehow. I mean, Willem, you can intervene if you want.
Yeah, I was about to ask. There are no more skeletons. We said the skeletons got busted.
Yeah, the skeletons got busted now.
Yeah, yeah. I'll throw myself over my ailing comrade here and see if I can, take that blow or deflect it or distract or something along those lines.
Right. That's a confront.
Beautiful. So I guess I'm rolling another 2d6.
Yes. And let me clear the table. And that's a 7. Yay. At least that's not a 6. All right. So you pick one.
One harm?
No, you pick one of the list.
Oh, from confront, right.
Yes.
Yes. Roll with the blow, take one less high. I'll be fearsome and commanding again. Why not? The whole point is to distract from, stabbing the poor fellow on the ground.
All right, cool. You're gonna take 4 harm.
Am I?
Yeah.
No.
You cannot take major again because you already took it.
No, I cannot.
You can take minor.
Oh, to reduce that by 1, right?
Yeah. Reduce it by 1 and then heal 1.
Sure. Great. So that would take me down to 2 harm.
Yes.
Great. That's the plan then. Yes.
All right. Cool.
I snarl angrily and then, yelp and then, kind of step back to lick my wounds. But also go snarl some more. Fearsome.
All right. Marley, you have an opening.
Right, so Marley musters his courage and he kind of lets out this pathetic yell. And
and shit, I forgot you had fleeting advantage, but whatever.
That's cool.
Willem had fleeting advantage.
Oh.
But whatever.
Yeah, and he goes for Georgie again with the dagger once again.
All right, roll.
So with this also, I guess within the fiction, if he's kind of just sneaking up and just trying to lance him with the dagger, would this still qualify as a
Mercury? Yes.
With Mercury, okay.
No, it's strike with Mercury.
Strike with
confront
Mercury.
and strike are different moves.
Got it.
Strike is when you actually confront. Well, for strike you need an opening, and all the other moves have ways, or a lot of the other moves, confrontation moves have ways to set up an opening. Mm-hmm. And then after you have the opening, which you now have because of confront, then it's when you strike.
Got it. Okay.
Strike will actually damage them.
Got it. So the 3 and the 6 is a 9 plus 2 is 11, and
all right. So yeah, tell us how you defeat the regent.
So the regent, Georgie raises his arm, and Marley just sinks his dagger deep into, I guess, deep into his ribs, and just keeps pushing and driving the blade deeper and deeper until he finds the heart, and he pierces the heart. It's a critical blow. Yeah,
as you pierce the heart, the regent kind of shrivels up into himself and into this ball that then falls to the ground and splashes. It seems to be some sort of liquid, and from it, this you think it's a giant grail comes up of it. Also, the castle starts collapsing, so that's good news. What do you do? Marley, you're the one who is looking directly at all of this. What do you do? There's this grail. It looks pretty. Or not Marley. Oh, yeah, Marley. Yes. Marley, there's a pretty grail there, but also the castle's collapsing. What do you do?
Marley looks around to see where is everybody, and what are they looking at? What are they doing?
Willem's right next to you. Usher is on the ground, and Iris has been to the side, but still there, as far as I know. Anyone can elaborate on their position.
I think Usher starts to drop the feint of being unconscious and at least attempts to make eye contact with Marley and shakes his head, looking at the Grail.
Anyone else, Willem?
Willem kind of looks back and forth between you and the Grail, like, what's he gonna do?
Iris?
I think I might come forward.
I guess, Marley's got some hungry hands, and he goes for the Grail. It's almost as if everything is in slow motion, sort of cinematically.
Is anyone gonna try to stop him?
I want to grab it as well.
Oh, you also want to grab it? Okay. All right. Is anyone gonna stop anyone?
I think Usher, when he realizes that this corruption has already gotten to his companions, I think he begins to try to shapeshift just to get out of here.
Oh my god! All right.
Willem looks so defeated for a moment, and then mutters, "I'm already tainted. I must save them from themselves," and dives for the Grail.
Oh my god! Amazing!
Just like from 3 directions. The camera does a 360.
Who the fuck claims the Grail in this case? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I like it being Willem.
Yeah, Willem makes sense because he has the highest contamination / blood. Also, he has to.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think Willem gets it. So yeah, Willem, you get the Grail.
Yeah, grabs it and kind of steps back and looks at you all, and is like, "Defeat me when you see me again, please."
Oh my god. Okay.
You're gonna have the sweetest regent.
Best regent, 10 out of 10. So the castle's collapsing. What do you do, Marley and Iris? And you see the Grail enveloping Willem and taking it with it to wherever the castle goes when it's not active.
I tried to grab for Willem. Willem!
You tried to grab him, but he is already at the other side.
Yeah.
And the castle is collapsing.
Yeah, can I try to draw on the power in the area to turn myself into a creature large enough to carry the others out of here?
Sure. That works.
So I will drink deep.
I will drink deep is for when you learn new spells, and
okay.
And this is like the end of the generation anyway. So
Okay.
So it's like
I already had it prepared.
So let's say that the Archdruid can turn into a rock and fly you to the other two out of here before shit hits the fan.
I'm scrabbling at the wall that like Willem's body disappeared behind, and like it's like all my nails are like coming off, and then it's just bloody.
The talons of the rock just grab onto your shoulder.
And also Marley, because he also wanted the Grail. Wow.
Oh yes. Absolutely.
All right. So so Willem, good news. You get to pick Gnosis. Oh no, so you reduced your packs with the other bloodlines by 1.
Yeah.
But you get to do Gnosis. So that's good.
Yeah. You know, I think that this makes sense to take a bloodline move. The voice of the regent.
Oh, bloodline move. So, gain a new bloodline move. Okay. So yeah, let's let's make bloodlines now. So go to the bloodline tab. If you want to take a break, now's a good time to take a break. Do you guys want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a few.
All right, cool. I did not expect Martin to have the party going after the Grail, honestly. But yeah, that was so good. Oh my god.
That was great.
Oh my
Everyone
God.
gets the condition guilty 5 ever.
Oh my god. and then the one who didn't want the Grail just fucking left or wanted to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn into a bird. I'm out.
Oh wait, I have to grab the other two. All right, cool. Let's make some bloodlines. So first of all, I think we just go to the bloodlines and pick and go to the making your X stuff. So first stats. And for Vince and Agatha, you'll be looking at the Orchestra of Oblivion doc that I made, and pick as one of the arrays depending on how you see your bloodline working. And then after that, you pick your traditions, and then your history, and then pact, and then you pick moves and all that stuff. So let's have that going on.
It's tough to pick from the stats. They all sound like valid ways of playing this character. I'm going to go, though, with Chalice is 1, Swords -1, Coin 0, Wands 1. Just if you focus on caring for people while the castle corrupts the outskirts.
All right, so yeah, copy and paste those stats.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone starts at relic 0 because also because the half-dan did not pick to take a lot of relics when he got the grail. So
It was nice, but it wasn't that nice.
well, no, it would be like having 5 relics for your bloodline, not for everyone else. Like, yeah,
Well, there was an option to give everybody 1 relic
there is for
for Gnosis. Yeah.
oh yeah, peace on earth.
Yeah.
And 1 treaty.
Yeah. No, I didn't do that though. Sorry.
Oh, it should be 1 pack, not 1 treaty. Oh well, I guess I'll tell James later.
So what do the stats do? Like,
They affect your bloodline moves, which is on page 17 of the handouts.
I have the page open right here, so just to quickly go through, chalices represent the ability to provide aid to the characters and let them rest and heal. Swords represent the ability to project force into the castle and claim forward bases. Coins represent the ability to influence mortal institutions and draw resources from them. And wands represent the ability to push back against the occult predations of the regent.
Oh, I see. Huh.
I apologize. I may have missed it, but so how do we spread points or allocate points to those stats?
Right. So you're the hidden hand. Go to the handouts and reference sheet, and there should be the hidden hand on your page 8, and look at making your hidden hand and basically that whole thing.
Okay, let's see. Sorry about that.
It's fine. Also name your bloodline since now you have one.
Nope.
Oh, there it is. Thank you so much. I realize. I see it now.
Since your bloodline is no given name, Vince, what do we call your bloodline?
Oh.
Well, more for the sake of like putting a name somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a moment. I'll think of a more specific one because I have ideas of ideas. Like I almost think that the name is more like an idea of a sound. So it
The sound of music.
well no, it's the sound of air passing beneath wings.
All right.
But that's kind of tough to just have a word that you guys can say.
Hair.
You guys can just call me Whoosh.
I just put the sound of air passing beneath wings on the hidden hands thing. Whoosh. No, whoosh. Yes, you're right. Whoosh. We're going crazy right now. We're going super gonzo now. We had this heartfelt moment and then whoosh.
What's cartomancy?
Reading cards, like fortune telling via cards.
Okay. And what's rune casting?
Fortune telling via runes.
Yeah, like tossing little pieces
Tossing
of
the
tablets and then seeing how they land.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm over here like looking real hard for like a cool bloodline name, and it's like, all right, Willem is a Dutch name. What's the Dutch name for wolf? Wolf. Okay, that's not Thanks, Dutch.
Well, we already have whoosh. So anything you will pick is going to be cooler than that, honestly.
I don't think that members of my bloodline refer to it as whoosh. They try to explain like the philosophical meaning of all of that.
But everyone just calls it whoosh.
And everyone's just whoosh.
Whoosh.
So just to confirm, the name and the bloodline name are the same, right?
The name is like a description of why you got your name, I guess, and then bloodline name is your actual bloodline's name.
Okay, cool.
Before I pick on behalf of one of you, does anybody in particular want to volunteer to be the bloodline that hunted my people as monsters before we forged a treaty?
If no one's going to take that up, I would not mind. Sort of, I guess I'm imagining my bloodline as just sort of, being scholars and skeptics and researchers, but just I imagine that their philosophies or their beliefs evolve over time, and so hey, maybe at one time they hunted you, and then they later respected you, or they what I mean, acknowledged.
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Does that make sense?
My people have been known for some time now as the moon cursed, based on the false belief by zealots and bigots, thank you very much, that we were somehow cursed to transform under the moon. That's not true, actually. We're all born half-damned, in fact. And it may have taken some time before that was proven. In fact, I have to say how I proved my humanity, and then you get to say how you made amends. I would like to say that some ancestor in my lineage proved the line's humanity by calling upon a number of family members to save a number of people from a fire that overtook a nearby village, and basically lost some of our own number, but saved many in the process.
Let's see.
So, and by the way, you're the Order of the Quill, and what else?
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's like multitasking.
Sorry, let's do pacts when everyone's done with everything else, okay?
Sorry, I jumped ahead.
Oh no, that's okay. But I'll start thinking about something.
So how does where am I supposed to pick from with the histories? Like the context or what? I don't quite understand.
Oh,
I'm looking at actually
just kind of made that up.
On the handout, under each bloodline, there's a thing that says traditions and histories that offers suggestions for them. The history one has a specific thing under it, which
history is a specific thing.
Yeah, which I think is actually on the keeper too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
keeper. Hold up.
Just
I
wanna
made
make-
it. Yeah, it was weird how I put it in the keeper. So
Wait, I don't see it. Sorry.
hold
So
up.
it's under traditions?
It's under pact, I think.
So
So where it says pact the way of Violet for you.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
No,
actually,
but that's pacts.
So one bloodline goes to you and your it's basically the first thing that's under pact. So where it says one bloodline goes to one one bloodline goes to you for prophecies and omens, get one pact on them. They say what fate you save them from, you say what ideal fortune you haven't told them about yet. That's history.
Yeah. Oh, so because I see, like, for example,
I see now. Yeah, I'm
It's-
gonna delete that line then. Because
the
that's
histories, that's not a thing.
it is a thing. It's just yeah, there's like
Just like what it is your first pact.
yeah, it is your
Oh.
first pact. Sorry for making that confusing.
Oh, I see.
I'll revise it on the other sheet on the master.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I'm just not. Okay, cool.
I was just going and filling it in with whatever.
Yeah.
So Eduardo, is it just the order of the quill, or are you still trying to come up with and what?
It could be just the order of the quill. I don't care.
I think I put in the order of the quill and dagger.
that's what I see.
Oh, I only
and
see.
dagger.
Yeah, I don't get.
Oh,
and
because
dagger.
it's a here.
Oh, I see.
All right. Time to put it in the quill and the dagger.
So I was just thinking. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. I'll wait.
Right. We can wait. Yes. I think we're all done here, at least for the time being. We don't get to. Well, you pick moves, right? Or
I have not yet, but I think I have to pick 2 moves. Has anyone else done that yet?
No, I'm still looking at. Sorry, guys. I'm just like, I'm so confused. Like, and so under like all of these, so under the pact, I see that people have put different things on there, and I don't know what are these numbers that you've put behind
this is
certain.
pact. This is the pact you spend to I think. Hold up.
Well, the numbers are from before, during
Yeah.
our founder backgrounds.
Yes.
Oh, that carries over.
Yeah, that carries over. Those are the pact. Like that's one pact. Like
That's the history that we have from like the beginnings of these bloodlines.
yeah,
Okay.
I think you can spend pacts or gain pacts. I'm not sure how pacts work. Like
Okay, I understand now. Thanks.
like you can get it's pretty much a measure of oh yeah, basically when you're at one of at one of your camps, you can spend pacts with the other, or members of the other bloodlines can spend pact to gain cool benefits. So that's the main way you use pacts.
Okay, and so
Otherwise, they're like a currency you use for
Okay.
yeah.
So, Jason, you should have 2 for.
No, because Gnosis makes it so that he loses one pact with everyone. And Gnosis
right.
is when he got the Grail, he lost one pact with everyone. Which at that point was only you, but
I see.
yeah.
Okay. I understand now.
Question. On the handout, I noticed that a number of the bloodline moves have like a little typographic dagger symbol next to them. What
That
does that?
means that it's like a check that lets you know that it affects your explorer.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, basically.
But I don't see it next to every move that says it affects the explorer.
Really?
Oh, maybe it's because
more than him.
Yeah, maybe it's because More Than Human only comes up during character creation.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But then again, Dark Legacy also does. That's odd.
Well, Dark Legacy has one that has the symbol at the end.
Yeah, but like it also. Oh, right. You may choose to take one harm instead of marking contamination.
Right.
That makes sense.
So I would actually consult that move during play, whereas I would not necessarily consult More Than Human during play.
Correct.
Gotcha. And we pick 2 bloodline moves. It says here.
You pick 3 because you pick the gnosis that lets you.
I'm totally doing that.
Because you got the Grail, so.
I mean, I specifically picked that one because I've got a bloodline move called Voice of the Regent, and it's just like, wow, that sure sounds like it fits, doesn't it?
I know, right? I think.
Oh, I'm the.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, hold up.
No, this is my fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me put the border back. And let me make everything look neat.
Let's see.
So then, there we go. And I will remove the thing here. Why do you make it bolded? When I go to this.
How is everybody doing?
I am fixing formatting because I'm like that.
I'm torn by a decision between 3 different moves. And I can only purchase one.
Mhm.
You want all the moves.
I do. I want them all.
You unhappy with my formatting?
I was removing the colons.
Okay.
I'm because I'm like that. I guess I have to insert a row to here in the explorers because
We didn't count on somebody coming in with 3 moves already.
well, not just that, it's just the fact that he also has an extra bloodline gift
Mm.
at character creation. And bloodline gives you, generally speaking, you only get 2. Unless you have that thing. So. Oh yeah, context is for your explorer, so don't worry about context until we get there. Well, it changes each generation, but yeah.
Do we want to do pacts?
Yeah, we should do packs once I finish formatting this thing.
We could do it while you're formatting.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Eduardo, did you want to go next? Or sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you ready, Agatha?
Yeah, I could go. One bloodline goes to you for prophecies and omens. Get 1 pact on them. They say what fate you saved them from. Does anyone? Does anyone want to come to the keepers of the 7 stars?
Yeah, I think that my bird people have come to you as kind of an almanac for unexpected changes of the seasons, which I think have become more frequent since Willem became the regent.
What fate have I saved you from?
Starvation.
Okay. And an ill fortune that I haven't told you about yet
Ooh.
is that a disease will tear through your community. It plays with the minds of those that it infects and will turn you upon each other.
Thank goodness you haven't told me about that yet.
Yeah, sometimes you don't tell everyone everything. This is what my founder has taught us.
Eduardo, do you want to go next?
I think Willem, did you or Jason, did you start one and then we didn't finish it?
Yes. We had said that you hunted me as monsters before we forged a treaty.
Yes.
And I say how I proved the humanity, which involved saving people from a burning building, or multiple burning buildings even. And you say how we made amends. Or excuse me, how you made amends with us, yeah.
How we made amends with you.
I actually have a suggestion that might be handy.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
Your pact, your history there says you split the fabulous wealth you found with another bloodline.
Yes.
And you're the only one that actually fits with me right now because mine specifically also says elsewhere that I do not fit in with the rest of society.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, made amends by sharing fabulous wealth. And then if you want to jump into that, let's see. You can tell me how misfortune robbed me of it. I'll tell you what I used the wealth for. Does that sound good to you?
Yes. How misfortune robbed you of it?
So-
I guess. So are we still sort of thematically thinking this is maybe like Georgian or Victorian?
Sure.
Yeah. So, perhaps, just tell me if this is too dark, and I'm happy to come up with something else. But opiates, opium addiction. I mean, could that have just sort of ravaged the community and
Could it be something that could have tempered their shapeshifting?
Oh, yeah, that's a good. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Willem?
Yeah, I could say that. I could see that working. I would say what I use the wealth for. I think that the original plan was to use it for things that would make them feel like they fit in. Like their style is fastidiously clean and modern clothing, and their lore is religious texts that damn you but offer advice. So like their whole deal is like we just want to be normal, and so they were like maybe we can buy our way into normalcy. Maybe we'll get nice houses and nice things and stuff. And now it's like okay, they've got fastidiously clean and modern clothing, but it pretty much costs them what little they have left after the opiates they bought to dull their souls in the face of the pain.
Sure. Wow.
Yeah.
Deep.
Oh my god. Yeah, this my Kokoro. It beats too much. Yes. So we resolved those, and Way of Green, Wish. I think you're
Yes, so mine is one bloodline taught you how to fit in with the rest of society. Set your pact with them to one. So I think it's got to be the Keepers of the Seven Stars.
All right.
And I have to say what social expectations they taught you, and then they say how it changed since. And I think my community was taught not how to be pets, but how to scavenge through what the humans would leave behind, and how to present themselves in a non-threatening manner so as not to be chased away. It's fitting in a respect, but it's more how to take advantage of how little humans realize they have.
Okay. And okay, so just to reiterate, so we taught you how to
be presentable
urban
enough in human
scavengers?
society to not be chased away and not to be fearful.
Okay. And that's just by being urban scavengers? Is that what you said? Or kind of what you implied?
That's how I was feeling. If you have another idea with it, I'm happy to hear it, though.
Sure. It could be like you, or if you were to always pop up.
These are the ratings in this.
But if you were to always pop up when good things happen, then you could become seen as omens of good luck.
I like that a lot more.
Cool. And then how that has changed.
You also showed up when bad things happen, I guess.
Maybe just a lot of bad stuff's been happening lately, and if we were to wait for good stuff to happen, we wouldn't.
Well, I have a suggestion that's pretty bad, so I'll leave that suggestion. But it's like now you're being not so hunted because humans want to, especially by like rich houses, they want that you become a symbol of power. So now you're getting hunted by poachers. You're getting poached.
Oh, I like it a lot.
So
that's excellent.
Sorry.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, you're getting poached for your rabbit feet, except not rabbit, raven. All right. I guess now we go to the Explorers tab and make our Explorers. Now that we've established, we can leave context for after we've made our Explorers, but let's go to Explorers and make our Explorer. So we have a bunch of Explorers. Like, I know Vince wanted the mascot. What does everyone else want?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna read through. Do you want us to playtest as well for the?
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Like, there are many more Explorers that I made than there are more Explorers than Bloodlines. So yeah, I would like to test the Explorers as well.
Okay.
Should we not use the ones in the book then?
If you want, I mean, they're all cool. It's just I also kind of want to playtest the Explorers, since that's kind of the core of the game. But if you want to go with something in the core book, then feel free. Ambiguous to humans, but he's a boy raven.
Yeah, but you guys don't look at a raven and be like, oh, that's a boy raven. Oh, there's a couple. I guess I should be actually.
Yeah, there are moves.
Yeah. Just use the words. I think that'll be.
I mean, you can also say he's a boy raven. I don't mind them like.
Yeah, I just had to fit a lot of stuff into one line.
Ah, okay.
I'm debating between the assassin and the Joker, which are pretty different vibes, but.
Well, the Joker is kind of assassin-y, and assassin is more poisoner.
Huh.
Either way works. Like, if you read the moves, you'll know the difference.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna try the professor. It seems like it would just fit perfectly, right, with that, with the hidden hand.
Oh right, the experimental weaponry. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh my god, that makes sense.
So Maria, you have for gear, you have start with one weapon and then also have +1 claws, fangs, or other natural weapons.
Yes.
I don't picture carrying a separate natural weapon. So would just my one weapon be my claw's fangs?
Yes, correct.
Or
That
claw's
would
beak?
work. Yes.
Okay.
Beak. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing if you want to know yeah, and to create weapons you just pick up perk and pick up claw. That's it. Easy. So we have the mascot and the professor. Do we have any other playbooks? How I would format it is use frozen big here and then piercing close. And then have something else as your utility or armor.
Yeah, I was gonna take the armor.
I'm guessing the mascot. Well, okay, so the mascot
It's
is good with iron, and the professor, I'm guessing, is good with glass.
It's good with sulfur, actually.
Sulfur, okay. Just wondering if there's like gaps to fill, or if it is that kind of game.
It might be.
Okay.
However, you get add stat to assign somewhere. So
Right.
our mascot is also good at Mercury. So.
And the assassin and the Joker are both like sneaky things. So.
Yeah, they're both.
No, the Joker is like, it does a lot of things that are like taking stuff from other moves or like repeating other people's actions and stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah, the Joker is also very, but it also specializes in Mercury rather than it's plus Mercury minus glass, I think. If I remember correctly. Yeah, plus Mercury minus glass.
Mhm.
Though they do have a lot of stealing from other people's moves and shit.
I'll go with the knight then.
All right. Oh, so how you so the knight, okay, knight. And Agatha, you made a decision.
So when you heal people, is that with what is?
It's wherever you like. For example, there's stand with me. There's shelter. It dep- What are you looking at? The medic?
Yeah, I'm looking at the medic actually.
All right. It when you heal people is when you actually use a move to heal. Unless maybe did I not put hold up, let me look at the medic.
I'm just looking at it. I just want to make sure that the stat will work out with it because it's +1 glass and 0 sulfur. I just want to make sure that that's
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of so yeah, stand with me is with sulfur. Let me look for moves that heal then. Shelters with Mercury, but the medic is actually bad with Mercury.
yeah.
Alright. Rest and relaxation does all harm or all wounds. Alright.
What is that with? Is that with glass?
There are no glass. Yeah, that's a.
Okay.
Hold up. Yeah, there are no glass moves that let you heal. Which, yeah, I'll put it in my notes to change that.
Okay.
Well, actually, there's a professional distance that lets you roll with glass instead of sulfur.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll take the medic then.
All right. You are the medic now.
Looks interesting.
I like some of the blood gifts for the mascot.
Oh yeah.
When you consume a fallen acolyte, you gain their properties.
Oh, for armor, let me format.
Did I not do that right?
So how it works is that you have none of them marked, and then when you wait, why is there a C?
I don't know. I think I might have accidentally hit C.
Oh, okay. So armor is like 0 out of 0 right now. So and when you spend your armor, you would X out the armor that you spend. They're like ghost or phantom harm boxes. So yeah.
Got it.
So I will delete these. Alright. So the armor you have is what kind of armor? Just natural armor, it says?
Yeah, I just have a very thick coat of feathers.
So yeah, that's what we would do.
And I know that we have this booked till 11. We have guests coming over tomorrow, and I still need to do some cleaning. So I don't know if it's okay with everybody else. I'm okay with you guys continuing after we finish making explorers, but I might want to duck out at that point.
All right, I think I'm okay with ending it early if need be. So I will. So yeah, we'll be done after explorers then.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too. I had to draw on some husbandly capital to make this happen. So if I could reserve some of that capital for next week, that would be great.
Yes.
Can I ask you, Maria?
Yeah.
Do in the professor section, do I think there might be a typo on page. Oh geez.
I will just click on professor. What part?
Yeah. It says pick you get this move.
Oh, you get this move. Yeah, you are right. Get this move, and then pick one.
I see. So you automatically get invention, and then you pick either jury rig, firepower.
Useful bling or versatility.
Yes, cool. So awesome. I still end up with 2 moves basically is
Yeah.
the end result. Awesome.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about the knight?
Yes.
One of the options to start with for gear is Squire, a contact of your choice. But I don't know what a contact is in this context.
Contacts are useful in shelter when using the shelter move.
So could I pick a Squire even though we haven't established the existence of any contacts yet?
Correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah, contacts are people who show up at your shelter. Like, for example, there you can get soldiers. They'll travel with you and can take out a simple mob of minions. Civilians get up to date information on the state of the world outside, and so on and so forth. They give you benefits for if you choose that benefit when you claim a forward basic. No, when you shelter. Like, one of the things for exploration moves is gain aid from a contact. So, or when one of the shelter options is that. So
Oh, I wasn't even asking about it like mechanically. As you know, if my options are I'm a furry dude dressed in plate armor and I have a little buddy, I'm definitely picking little buddy.
all right, cool. Oh, by the way, so you have the squire. So, what kind of contact is he? But its contacts are in the on page 18, by the way, of the handout.
Contacts. Let's see.
Clay? That's a
Lore,
Clay.
lore. Poor jerk. Okay, let's see. What have we got here?
Vince, what's a Clay?
Wait, sorry.
I see one of your moves uses Clay.
That is not what I wrote. What happened?
I don't know.
Come on.
Clay.
Claire. You know, Claire.
Clay. I'm sorry, what's it? Clay.
That was best
Whoosh
friend.
and Clay. Whoosh and Clay. You can, I guess, control Z.
Write it, I guess, because I put in all the stuff for best friend.
Yeah, I saw best friend
All of it
before.
disappeared.
I will go grab best friend again.
I'm getting it. Almost done.
Right. Oh, there we go.
I think somebody's sabotaging me.
I am going to fix the formatting because I'm a dumbass. And I'm probably gonna do Clay again. Clay. Clay means key in French. But it also has an accent mark, so.
Go ahead. I beg your pardon.
No worries. You go ahead.
I just wanted to confirm this might be an easy one. So we put out the stats and then we get a bonus +1 to add to anything.
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah, one of your stats gets a +1.
My squire will be a medic.
Because we need more medics, right?
Oh, is there already a medic here?
There's a character.
Oh! I didn't realize that somebody was playing. Oh, I don't want that then. I only picked that because I thought we didn't have one. In that case, my scout will be a weaponsmith, and we'll say that my scout is a she, because I already made a he for my character right here.
All right, cool. So you also get rations and one other utility gear thing.
Yeah.
Is there on bandwidth? I am going to add the new names to the list of names because that is better than whatever I googled.
I've started to look ahead to the covenants as well.
You actually have a name in there already. That's called Sushruta. I just saw it and I was like, oh yeah.
Wait, what?
In the list of names, you have Sushruta.
Oh,
It's like after Benedict.
hold up. I am.
So they do sound pretty similar. I just prefer Srishti.
Srishti. Yeah, I can do Srishti. Well, I put Srishti anyways. Dr.
Yeah.
Mikaber. I'm gonna put that there because I'm gonna steal names forever. Ever.
5 ever.
5 ever.
And so the gear start with the weapon +1. The weapon is the first thing that's on the list, right?
Yes.
So for me, it would be the syringe.
No, the weapon is something else.
Oh.
The weapon can be is pick a perk, pick a flaw, and name your weapon. That's how weapons are made here.
Is there a list of perks and flaws somewhere?
Oh yeah, perks of flaws. It's on the handout on page 19.
The last one.
Yeah, the last page.
Yes.
And so they give some examples, and then they also have, a weapon is just anything that has a perk and a flaw combination, and then you come up with what weapon would have that.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, and that's also the page for the example of covenants. Cool.
Yes.
I see. Oh. On the sheet, it says page 16. So just FYI.
On the where?
On the handout, it says it's page 16. But in the sorry.
Because it's page 16 of the
book.
of the actual book.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Dr. Macabre, the fitting name, doctor who is friends with the Raven. I think that our covenant is that we used to be close friends.
All right, let's make sure everyone's up to date now. Before we start making covenants. Also, don't forget motivation. Like, why are you in the castle to begin with?
Okay.
There is no motivation, Liz. You're just making one up.
Got it.
I have an odd question. My character has fur as armor.
Okay.
Do I just put that under armor?
No.
No.
Well, do you have armor as part of your character?
No, this is one of the bloodline moves.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, just remember that you have 1 armor, and then when you mark it, just mark that you have an armor there.
I see. Okay.
Like you just did.
Do you mind if I just write it under moves so I don't forget?
Somewhere.
I'll fit it under Knight's Honor in the same cell there. It'll be fine.
All right, cool. You have a lot of moves, so yes.
Seriously.
Oh, and you also have to pick a blood gift.
I'm on it.
All right.
Do you guys have like cool alternative words to gun
What?
that I can use as my weapon?
Pistol, musket.
Yeah.
Blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss? Isn't that all?
Yeah, blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss is very rifle-y kind of. They're big. If you want a big gun.
I'm cool with that.
What tags? Ranged, I guess.
Yeah, that would be
ranged and unstable.
Ranged and reload, I think. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's whatever you the fuck you want, honestly. It could be ranged and unstable, or ranged and reload. And I'll let you pick the flaw. There.
I think reload is the flaw.
All right.
Oh, there's reload. The other option also is ammo, which is what they use for the flintlock.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well, there's ammo. There's honestly, any of these could be any of these that makes sense for a blunderbuss to have. Like,
yeah.
Unstable, maybe not as much. Maybe yes. Reload could work. Ammo could work.
Yeah.
It's whatever you want.
I'll stick with reload. It seems like it could be interesting.
Unstable gun prototype. And why are there asterisks here?
I was just trying to flag it for myself so I can remember I got them off the playbook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go. You know?
So
I'm like, why are there asterisks here?
can I offer something as playtest advice as I look at these blood gift moves?
Yeah.
The Dark Knight move and the Honor and Bloodshed move, I need to look a little more carefully here, but they look a little redundant to the point where I don't know why I would take Honor and Bloodshed when I could take Dark Knight. Dark Knight, I can mark Contamination instead of spending Honor for any Knight moves. Honor and Bloodshed, I can mark Contamination to gain Honor.
Okay.
But only when I deal damage to an enemy. So in either case, it's one Contamination leads to 1 armor, but Dark Knight just lets me do it as much as I want with no special condition.
All right, I'll change Honor and Bloodshed. Thanks for pointing that out.
Sure.
I will mark that there's 1 PBH here because I need to figure it out soon because you have 3 fucking moves.
I can just pick something else in the meantime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'm not gonna come up with a move right now. It's just that you're gonna have eventually when you hit blood. I'm gonna have to eventually come up with something.
Well, then I'm taking Dark Knight. That move's badass.
Also, do you have the one where you can? No, that is the one. You can also mark. You can end up marking what's it called?
You can mark harm to also give you honor.
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah,
right?
because you can mark contamination and then negate that with your harm take. So yeah. Correct.
No, it's not that. It's not that you're taking harm. It's that when you're facing the horde, you pick an extra option.
No, I mean like, wait, what? For what's the Dark Legacy?
What about Dark Legacy?
Dark Legacy. Each explorer that you make starts with a blood move. When using it, you may choose to take 1 harm instead of marking contamination.
Oh,
that's what I meant. Like you can choose harm anyways.
Gotcha. Right. Oh, and there's a funny recursive thing going on. If you, but it still nets at 0, so there's nothing to worry about there. Okay, yeah, just looking at the math of things. Beautiful.
All right, we're waiting on. Oh, pick your motivation and.
And we're just making it.
Also needs to pick a motivation.
We're just making motivations.
Just make one up, yeah. And then after that, we'll do covenants and then context, and then we'll be done for tonight. And this has been a long session of looking at each other, yes. But we got stuff done, so I'm happy.
Yeah, it's been fun for me. I feel sad for anybody who's watching this who can't actually see our spreadsheet and all the awesome things going on in our spreadsheet.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Dr. Macabre and the actual Raven.
Oh, best friends forever.
Yeah.
How many blood gifts do we choose?
None, right?
0. He only gets 1 because he has a move that lets him get 1.
Yeah.
No, because he grabbed the Grail.
Well, not because of the Grail. It's because of the bloodline.
Because the tainted.
Because the tainted can do crazy shit like that.
Get some contamination, and you too can get some blood gifts.
Keep that in mind.
All right.
Oh, we just write up a motivation. Okay.
Cool. Write a random motivation, and then we can start covenants. Yay!
Why is everything I write in this game so depressing?
Yes. Kill my father. Oh my god. God.
So I was looking at other people's motivations, and I was like, "Wow, that sounds really nice. That's cool."
The creatures have gone barren, and my people are being hunted by wild creatures is very nice.
My people are being hunted by what? Thank you. That's depressing. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I can't think of a motivation for now. So could we?
That's not super important. We can do it after covenants or after some other time.
Okay.
So covenants. I think you go to the right. So, Bertrand, make a covenant with the person on your right. So, Doctor.
Oh, I'm Bertrand. Yes, so I'm creating a covenant with the professor.
Yes.
I actually don't know what that means.
Oh, the last page of the handout and reference sheet has some examples.
Oh, okay.
And it basically, like, it sort of establishes a dynamic of one person who owes something to another, oftentimes.
Okay.
But you can decide which direction that goes in.
Okay. Well, you are a professor.
Mhm.
You don't hunt my people, so that's cool. Thanks for that.
For now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm fucking it up.
I'm gonna take a moment to read this. If you wanted to jump ahead, I won't hold it against you. But
Professor, what is your connection with Montresor?
I kind of like the you're hunting down a lost treasure together. I mean, kind of playing on the earlier pact of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of imagined that like you at one point I think you had said a stone. I just imagined like a petrified heart or petrified piece of organic. You know what I mean? Material.
Yeah.
But maybe there's something more to it. Maybe there's like a companion piece to this heart, and that's the lost treasure. Does that make sense?
I like that. Yeah.
Let me
So
copy and paste this shit properly. So,
yeah, I was just gonna ask you, Maria, how does that go in?
all right, so you strengthen the covenant when you do this,
Oh, okay, I got it.
and then when you lie or mislead to the other, betray the covenant, which means you remove one from the covenant, and then you mark contamination as well. So don't betray each other. That is bad things.
So is there some way to sort of capture or record this, that it's hunting down a lost treasure together?
It's right there. well, it's what when you find out to the treasure's location, you strengthen the covenant.
Sure.
So.
I can
But he
identify
means
it.
how to write it down in the covenant section because there's not a separate box for it. How about under Explorer, instead of just putting the name, you put like
Explorer maybe and
lost treasure with.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, please do that.
I will.
All right.
That's cool.
Montresor, what is your covenant with Srishti?
Let's see here. Just looking.
I will never get
I
that
like
back.
some of the. How about one of you has strange dreams that the other has been studying?
Who has the strange dreams?
Either that, sorry, or seeing that Srishti is a medic, one of you nurse the other back to health.
What is your? Let me just double check. What stats you have? Oh, I counter offer with
Teaching you how to fight.
Yeah, I think this one is more interesting because I think like our bloodline is already like it's almost like my bloodline has like it's like has power over yours in a way, and so that I think it'd be cool if there's like the opposite for our
totally.
covenant. Right.
So, what is the covenant again?
I am teaching Srishti how to fight.
Yes.
Teaching how to fight. The trainee gets a killing blow. Strengthen the covenant. And then when one of you shows concerning brutality, betray the covenant. Okay. That is a good point. You should remove the part where it says strengthen the covenant because it's redundant or betray the covenant. That's a period.
Why?
Oh,
Why
because
is
you
that?
have to click on it.
There.
Yeah, there we go. I will switch. There we go. Okay. Oh, that. Hold up. That I'm gonna keep some things uniform, I guess. Or no. All right. So this one is the Bertrand one. So, Srishti, tell us your covenant with Bertrand.
Cool. Let's see.
I got an idea for me in the dock if you need a minute.
Sure. What is
Yeah,
it?
go for it.
How would you like to have a rivalry, a friendly rivalry between us, so that when one of us risks danger or cost to aid the other, we strengthen the covenant?
That sounds good. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Right. Okay, or remove this.
The heck?
Yeah, hold up. Let me do it. Oh, let me do it. Wait, why is this white?
Probably because I copy pasted from the book and the text in the book is white. I can take care of it. Don't worry about it.
All right. There you go. Hold up. Let me do it. Just click out of it. Let me remove the betray the covenant, strengthen the covenant from the others. Like that. And now, Srishti, do you find one?
Yeah, so Bertrand, I will offer you one of two options. You can choose. One is that one of you is heavily in debt to the other, and I'm assuming that I am just based on our bloodlines that that is like a bloodline debt, let's say. And the other one is where to go? Oh, here it is. One, and the other one is you used to be close friends or lovers.
Let me take a peek at those and see what they each mean.
I can read them to you as well.
Well, this is interesting. Actually, this raises a mechanical question for me, actually. A lot of these seem like things that you could strengthen the covenant multiple times.
Yeah.
You can.
Like close friends or lovers when you share stories of the good times. Whereas one of you is heavily in debt to the other, you can really only strengthen it once.
Yeah.
Right?
That is
Yeah.
one consideration I was thinking of.
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I don't know. It depends on, like, to be honest, covenants don't really come up when I played this, so it's not super duper important. But it just establishes connections. So
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Bertrand's the kind of guy who would pine over someone from afar and basically grow close and establish a close friendship and trust that one of his brothers will carry on the family line while he gets killed in battle. How's that sound?
God,
Wait, so we used to be close friends?
Yep.
Or lovers?
yes.
Yep.
Which one of those? Were we close friends or lovers?
I was thinking close friends.
Sounds good. Because also like the thing that betrays the covenant is when we act as we did when we broke up. So that friendship soured at some point.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which is okay. I'm okay with that. So I'll write that.
Used to be close friends. Or
What happened?
Bertrand's not an easy man to get along with.
Oh.
Oh, honor. So gotta get in character.
on our bear.
Yeah.
On her paper.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Bloodlines and establish context. I see Vince has already established context. Since before we went into Explorer, so.
Oh, so we basically just bold one of each of these columns, or one of each of these rows, rather?
And then tell us how the context of how you're getting into the castle. Oh my god, I love the bridge, how it makes sense for it makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Alright, and then
What else could it be?
what else? Alright, and Agatha, you can go back to Bloodlines as well. And pick the context. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm looking at.
Maria,
Yeah?
I just looked at the drives for the keepers, for the fate dealers. And are you saying that it's possible that there could be something strange in your neighborhood?
Yes.
And in those cases, who are you going to call?
Oh my god! Wow.
So because we didn't have the bloodline,
Oh my god, we're doing it. We're doing it.
I'm still bringing that in. You're welcome, guys.
All right, we'll elaborate for the recording once we once we finish doing that. So I thought you need to pick a breach now.
Yes. Okay. Did it.
All right, so let's start with Bertrand. What is your context? How do you get into the castle?
Do you want all three of these things, or just
Yes.
how I get into the castle? Okay.
Well, let me explain. Refuge is where you stay outside of the castle. Drive is why you're going into the castle, and breach is how you get into the castle.
All right, great. So my refuge is in Erie, overlooking the land. Would this be like an ancestral home, or is it just kind of where you hang out?
It could be where you hang out, or you're at. It's basically where you hang out, but it could be your ancestral home if you want.
Sure, why not? A place that was a part of our holdings from better times when we were more well-to-do. The drive here, I mean, I've been preparing my whole life to kill my father for the honor of my family, but the real triggering event here was my brother called to the castle by an irresistible compulsion. And the breach, I'm a knight. I'm a soldier here. I'm going to go in through the barracks with notes on the patrol schedule.
Right.
I actually kind of fit in with some of them, so.
Okay. So, Dr. McCover, what is your context?
Sure. So I guess the refuge is a mansion filled with helpful servants. You know, I'm just sort of imagining a late 1700s, early 1800s version of, Wayne Manor or Tony Stark's house on the Malibu. I guess the drive is a rumored treasure that might bring eternal life. And then the breach is essentially the clock tower and a zip line anchored to a nearby belfry.
Right. Montresor,
All
what is
right,
your
yeah.
context?
So Monty takes refuge in a great tree well outside the castle that has managed not to be corrupted as everything else around it has died. His drive is seeing the rest of the dying wildlife in the local area, and I would say even like there is some indication that this death and decay might begin to spread to this tree, which his family and the other traditional black ravens have been taking refuge in. And so he carries the wind underneath his wings and is lifted up to the roof so he can start to work from the top down.
All right. And Srishti, what is your context?
My refuge is a souvenir shop of trinkets and accessories, and I think this is run by my mother. So this is actually where I live. We probably live just above it. My drive is there is a traveler from the most likely future who came and after giving me a long exposition, died on my doorstep. And then the breach is actually, let's say, I'm going to change my mind, that I was hidden away in a caravan transporting goods. I knew that I needed to go there to what the future traveler told me. And so I really stepped out of my comfort zone. This is not something that I usually do, but I decided this is necessary.
All right, cool. And these are our explorers, and this is gonna be an epic castle run thing. So yay! Thank you for playing, and thank you for participating. I'm gonna stop the broadcast now.